So two Colts hirings this week. Obviously, the first one, the major headliner, the head coach Frank Reich from the Eagles QB coach, and Nick Sirianni from the Chargers wide receiver coach. I think obviously they're both good hires. The Chargers have great receivers. Keenan Allen, Antonio Gates is a tight end, but Keenan Allen, Kelvin Benjamin, and he knows how to help the offense. And obviously, they need an offense. So obviously, T.Y. Hilton, they were good that 1 year with Bruce Arians in the system, but they haven't really come back to form yet. They're still sort of flustering on offense, trying to get stuff done. So good. I think for this team to really succeed, they need to get a good defensive coordinator, put the keys to the defensive coordinator. But that's just me personally, what I think. But honestly, two good hires. Obviously, Frank Reich and Doug Peterson worked on the schemes to help out Andrew Luck, to help out Nick Foles in the Super Bowl, and Carson Wentz quarterback development. Obviously, losing both guys. Not the Eagles QB coach. Sorry, Frank Reich was the offensive coordinator. The QB coach of the freaking Eagles was Frank DiFilippo. I did a video on him last week about him helping the Vikings. My bad. So yeah, this guy's the offensive coordinator, obviously. I don't think Carson Wentz and the Eagles will fall off, because I think they're still going to hire a guy from inside. And Doug Peterson obviously works with guys, so I think Doug Peterson and the Eagles will be fine. Carson Wentz is already at his potential, and he's still rising, so you never really know. I don't think it's going to be a huge loss. I think this is a win for the Colts, obviously, getting a great system. Getting guys who know offense well, who've been in the league for years, sort of getting stuff done. And I think Andrew Luck, this is the year. This is his turnaround year. I think he's going to have a big year post-injury. Obviously, I also like Jacoby Brissett, too. You never really know. It's a system, man. You never know. Jacoby Brissett could play well, if Andrew Luck gets injured again. I hope he doesn't. I like Andrew Luck. I think he's a great talent in this league. I think he knows how to do stuff, and he works well with other people. So I don't want to see Luck get injured again. I just think if he doesn't get injured and doesn't throw too many picks, I think this is a great signing. I mean, obviously, you're going to get the obvious hate initially, because these guys have been QB coaches. And obviously, he said a statement, I've always been used to being the backup role after being hired after McDaniels. But I think he should be happy that he obviously is getting hired by somebody. Which is good, because, you got to get hired, and you got to get hired by someone else, by somebody else. So, obviously, it's a good hire. I just think the Colts, they need a bounce back year as a franchise. I don't know what Jim Irsay is really doing, to be honest. So, I think these are still some good things to make it look like they're going in a good direction. Obviously, I'm not a huge fan of, the stuff they do, but, it is the Colts, I was a huge fan when they did what they did with Peyton Manning. Obviously, this system thing, you never know, because with different coaches, different coaching staff, that guy's been with Doug Peterson. Now he's going to go be his own coach. And then the offensive coordinator, Nick Sirianni, so he's going to have to work with him. So you never know. It couldn't work out. You know what I mean? Like, there are a lot of failed coaches in this league. And he could easily be one of those guys, even if the defense is letting him down. I mean, the Colts have high expectations. Last time they're in the playoffs, all the way to AFC Championship game. Obviously, many sports fans remember that as Deflate Gate. But it is what it is. So, you just got to deal with it and do your job. I think that's your mantra everywhere. And I think this is one of those hires where, like, you can't really evaluate it, because Bruce Arians came in 11-5, then obviously goes to Arizona and gets a tough offensive system. So I just don't think you can really evaluate how this guy's going to do until you see his first game. I personally think that he's going to do it really well, and I think he's going to succeed in trying to revolutionize his offense, turn it into a better offense. Obviously, I do like a lot of these pieces on this offensive line. I do think he can shore up. Yeah, he needs to shore up the O line. I think he can do that. He's an offensive-minded coach, so I think he can bring a lot of offensive players to the table. And I think they got to draft defensively. They got to look at the draft and see who's this guy. Is this guy defensive? Will this guy help us? And they got to really look and analyze and try to figure out, how to get players around Luck. But as long if they can get players around Luck and this system is good, I think Frank Reich and Nick Sirianni, even if they don't get any other players, I think the system itself is going to work the first year. Obviously they got to play against the likes of the Jags and the Texans, and those are tough defenses. So you never know. It could go 50-50 for me, honestly. But I do think they'll. I don't know if they can win the division. I don't know who's going to win that division this year. Tough division, like I said. You got the Jags, Texans, and the fucking Mariota. So you got to play some defense too, or else you're not going to be able to win that division. So we'll see. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how these guys work out in the long term. I think this year they'll be good. I think this year they'll be good offensively. I don't know about defensively. I think for the Colts, this is the A+ hire. Both guys are good offensive minds, and GM gets what he wants, and Andrew Luck gets what he wants, and we'll see what a happy Andrew Luck does next year, because he's a quarterback with a lot of potential still.